Good afternoon. We've been listening to student leadership address crowds. What has been and what remains the thrust of their message during the course of the day, Makgakgetla?
A very good afternoon to you, Kashni. Well, indeed, the students are actually holding their own General Assembly. We know that the main General Assembly that was supposed to happen around 11 o'clock this morning was called off due to the security concerns. That's according to the Vice Chancellor of the university, Adam Habib. Of course, he also indicated the fact that they did fail to actually reach consensus with student leaders at the university. But we just want to get that sense what exactly the students are saying at this point in time. And I'm actually joined by the former SRC President, to take us further into this particular protest. Thanks so much for your time. What is the situation now? What is the plan? Where are we going from here?
Well, the assembly continues. The assembly started as early as 12, so it's still in progress now. All the stakeholders are present. Only Adam Habib and the senior executive team are not here. Lecturers, parents, workers, students, civic society is there, and it is continuing, and we are continuing to deliberate on the way forward, and hopefully there will be a solution. But as the things stand, the students are still calling for that General Assembly that Adam Habib called off, because they still want to raise their views. We still want a General Assembly. Hopefully tomorrow, Sunday, because they can't open. We can't open on Monday up until Adam Habib comes and addresses the students and hears what the students have to say.
But he did indicate security concerns and also saying that, well, there were deliberations overnight, but you failed to reach consensus.
It's unfortunate because the man who says this thing was not part of the negotiations. Adam Habib didn't come to the negotiations. Negotiations started at 2 p.m. yesterday to 2 a.m. and he was not there. When we left with other senior executive members, we had agreed that the General Assembly will continue, only to see it on TV that he has cancelled it. The man who was not part of the negotiations cancelled the assembly for security threats. Why hasn't there been any violence here? There is no violence when the police are not there. It's the police who provoke violence. You have seen it yourself. This thing has been going on for the past 3 hours. There haven't been any sign of violence. We have even the dissenting views, the students who want to go back to class, they are there, they are allowed to speak. There is no howling. We are engaging. We are building the Wits community moving forward. There is no security threat. If he is scared of a security threat, how is he going to open on Monday? Is he then going to bring police to brutalize students? I mean, he can't operate like that. At some point, he must come to the student and engage. Let us negotiate. He can't negotiate with us through the media by insulting us and degrading us in the media while we say, come to the ground, let us talk. Adam Habib is running away from engaging students, and today was evident. Students are packed. More than 3,500 students are here because the hall takes 3,000 to 5,000 people. So I don't know why he's running away from his own constituents.
Okay, but going forward, you're saying that classes will not resume, and of course that's what actually the management says, that they are hoping that you will go back to classes, considering the fact that exams are just around the corner. Are you considering this? Are you considering the fact that exams should be written ahead of the year end?
Well, we will write exams. That's a given. There's no way in which we cannot write exams. If Adam Habib comes and meets us today, probably we will find a way forward. Currently, we can't find a way forward on our own when he's running away from us. He also can't find a solution when he addresses us through the media. We want an engagement. We are still open for a dialogue. We are still open for a General Assembly, whatever he calls it, whether it's an imbizo, whether it's a colloquium, we are open. If he says tomorrow, we will come. If he says Sunday, we will come. How is he going to open on Monday even if he hasn't engaged us? He's saying he listens to students who write to him on Facebook and on Twitter. You can't be a Vice Chancellor and operate like that. This is a joke. Here are students, they're waiting for him. He's there at 11th floor. Why is he not coming to address the student, and then we try to find an amicable solution moving forward?
Can you just remind us what was going to be expected had this General Assembly gone underway? What was exactly was going to be expected in the program?
There were two separate demands. The student had said there are internal demands and the external demands. Free education, it's a fact. We don't demand it from the university. Free education, we demand it from government. But students felt that the university is acting as a buffer. We were saying stop being a buffer, stop acting as an agent, and take a position of supporting the student and calling for free education and march with us to union building. That was one of the things that we expected the university to commit. And secondly, we had expected the university to commit in saying those who are owing fees, the 7,000 which are owing fees, they will be allowed to write exams, and then the fees, maybe the debts will be scrapped out so that we can go back to class. And then we had expected the university to also commit in that if we open, they will extend the timetable, exam timetable, because we are already in exam mode. Timetable is out. There are people who are supposed to be writing on Monday. But what do you say to those, because they've been in the protest? Say extend. We were ready to engage. The men ran away. We were ready to engage. He's refusing to commit. There was also a demand of a PKV res where he wants to demolish a res for a parking. The students say, we can't go back to class when you had already said you want to demolish this res before the end of November. So commit and say you are not going to demolish the res. So we were almost there. We were agreeing on almost, there was no fundamental disagreement in the negotiations yesterday, but the men decided to cancel the assembly. So that's why we feel he's the one who doesn't want to talk to us here. He's the one who is the agent. He's the one who is the third force. As students, we are willing to save the year. We are saying to Adam Habib, come and address us. All stakeholders are here. Today we were going to find a solution. Trust me, we were going to find a solution. And he ran away. And look, the assembly continues without him. So what is it? The students, the parents, and the civic society will take a resolution without him. And if the students say the struggle continues, then he's going to bring police, because he refused to be part of a process that needed him the most.
All right, Lamini, thanks so much for your time indeed. Well, as you heard, they're actually demanding that the Vice Chancellor come down, speak to them. Until he comes down, well, that's when we'll actually be able to see some resolution coming through in that particular tent where the students are going on with a General Assembly, their own General Assembly. So as the time goes on, we'll just see if the management will manage to come down here and speak to the students. Back to you in studio.
Ketla Mushlabi there, bringing us up to speed at the Wits campus in Johannesburg. Of course, student leadership say the General Assembly will continue, really reinforcing their stance or call for free education now. They're dismissing the security concerns cited by university management as a reason to cancel the General Assembly. Students reinforcing their call for more thorough engagement with university management. Let's move to